evening and welcome to the broadcast. You're watching EBN Prime Edition live from EBN TV studios in Kenya's capital, Nairobi. My name is Cynthia Nanjala and I'll be bringing you stories making headlines tonight. But first things first, here are the day's top stories.
Removal from office by impeachment of the Honorable William Oduol.
Huge relief for Siaya Deputy Governor William Oduol as Senate fails to pass impeachment motion against him. He stays in office. President William Ruto proposes new standardized NHIF rates as he launches border care for motorcycle riders. A point of no return. President William Ruto assents into law the Finance Bill 2023. Panel sworn in to search for the next Director of Public Prosecutions after exit of Nurdin Haji. Well, you can watch this bulletin live on Facebook on EBN TV. My name is Cynthia Nanjala. Let's get started, shall we? The Deputy Governor of Siaya County, William Oduol, has survived an impeachment motion against him after the Senator's majority voted to keep him in office. The Senate Special Committee that was probing the impeachment of the Deputy Governor had recommended his removal from office of allegations of gross violation of the Constitution and abuse of office. In a 92-page report presented before the Senate plenary on Monday, the 11-member committee noted that some of the allegations leveled against Oduol were substantiated, while others were not. The special committee found that the charge against the Deputy Governor on gross violation of the Constitution and other laws on the allegation of interference with the procurement process through acts of bid rigging was substantiated.
In the doors and draw the bar. Now, honorable senators, the net effect of these votes is that pursuant to Article 181 of the Constitution, Section 33(8) of the County Government Act, and Standing Order 87 of the Senate Standing Orders, the Senate has failed to remove from office by impeachment Honorable William Oduol, the Deputy Governor of Siaya County, and that the Deputy Governor accordingly continues to hold office. Honorable Senators, there being no other business on the order paper, the Senate stands adjourned until tomorrow, Tuesday, 27 June 2023 at 2:30 p.m.
Well, yeah, so that was earlier on at the Senate where that special sitting was taking place. It ended quite a bit, or a few hours ago at around 7 p.m. That's when the Senate sitting ended, and William Oduol survives the impeachment motion, and he's set to go back to the county and take over his office and proceed with the functions that he was supposed to do. Away from that, President William Ruto on Monday assented to the Finance Bill 2023 and the Appropriations Bill of 2023 at State House in Nairobi. He also approved the Supplementary Appropriations Bill, warranting the additional spending by the national government of 22.9 billion shillings from the Consolidated Fund. Present were Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi, Speaker of the National Assembly Moses Wetangula, and of the Senate Amason Kingi, Attorney General Justin Muturi, and a host of members of Parliament led by Majority Leader Kimani Ichung'wah. Roifan Shikuku reports.
President William Ruto has signed into law the controversial Finance Bill 2023 amid plans by the opposition for renewed demonstrations against some revenue-raising measures and a court petition by Busia Senator Okia Omtata. The inking of the bill now symbolizes the effect of the new tax proposals tabled by the Kenya Kwanza administration. President William Ruto's signature follows Parliament's passage of the bill, which raises VAT on fuel products from 8% to 16% and introduces the Housing Levy Fund of 1.5% on employees' basic salary. The government targets to collect 83 billion Kenyan shillings per annum through the introduction of the housing tax. The two key proposals will have far-reaching implications on households across the country due to their effect on raising the cost of production and transportation of goods, even as they raise salaries by adding deductions to the pay slips. On fuel, the president assents mean that effective July 1st, Kenyans will part with an additional 10.26 Kenyan shillings per litre for petroleum products inclusive of petrol, diesel and kerosene. Ultimately, there is the introduction of new pay-as-you-earn tax bounds of 32.5% for persons earning a monthly gross income of between 500,000 Kenyan shillings and 800,000 Kenyan shillings, and the new 35% on 800,000 Kenyan shillings gross income. The Finance Bill 2023 was at the center of a huge debate, both within the National Assembly and outside, following a wide net of tax proposals that the opposition did not agree with. For Prime Edition EBN TV, I'm Roifan Shikuku.
Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Coalition has invited its supporters for a public consultation forum at Kamukunji grounds on Tuesday, 26th of July. Azimio la Umoja leader Raila Odinga on Thursday last week announced they will hold a meeting following the passing of the controversial Finance Bill 2023. The Azimio Coalition claimed that the Kenya Kwanza administration disregarded the people, their feelings, fears and hopes by imposing their agenda on them through the passage of the finance bill. The Azimio Coalition has previously organized protests to voice their concerns over the high cost of living and the prices of other commodities.
And beginning next week, Tuesday, the day after tomorrow, we are starting a new conversation with the people. And that conversation is going to start at Kamukunji grounds on Tuesday. Wow. So all Kenyans from all walks of life are invited to come. All their cries about the punitive finance bill were ignored. It's now their turn to make a statement. And whatever the people decide that we do, we are going to do. Whatever they tell us on Tuesday to do going forward, we are going to do.
And I want to challenge the government of the Republic of Kenya that one of the things that is happening, which is bringing destruction to our constitutional order, is the destruction of political parties. Poaching and destroying political parties is going to take people centuries back and interfere with the...
We want to remind Kenyans, our constitution, in the very first article, gives sovereignty to the people, which the people, even when they donate it to Parliament, to the executive, or to any other organ, the people still retain the residual sovereignty, which we are asking people, let us come together next Tuesday, let us decide what kind of life we want to live. Thank you and God bless. And His Excellency Raila Amolo Odinga, the People's President and our leader, is out on a short trip. He will be back by the meeting on Tuesday, and so is my brother, His Excellency Kalonzo Musyoka. Two other principals are in Western Kenya today, that is Oparanya and Wanjakoya. But those of us who are present, we represent the entire Azimio side, fraternity.
Now, President William Ruto on Monday presided over the launch of Boda Boda Care, a capacity building and empowerment program for the sector's riders at KICC in Nairobi. The program is a big boost for the Boda Boda sector, as it includes a 1-year free medical cover. Speaking at the launch, the president has said he has spent millions of his own money to support Boda Boda operators.
Na mimi nataka niwapongeze. Kenya tuko na watu 1.8 million, 1.8 million people wanafanya biashara ya bodaboda kwa njia moja ama nyingine. Hawa ni watu wengi sana katika taifa letu la Kenya. Na pongezi hawa watu ambao wamejisimamia, wamejiamini. Mtu ameenda akanunua, akaweka pesa yake, akanunua bodaboda, anaendesha biashara yake. Mimi nataka niseme heko, pongezi, hongera, tutasimama na nyinyi. Na ndio sababu tulisema hatutaki wafanyabiashara wakiwemo wa bodaboda wadhulumiwe. Pale nyuma tulikuwa watu wa bodaboda walikuwa wanahangaishwa. Wanahangaishwa na kanjo, wanahangaishwa na askari, wanahangaishwa na wale, na tumesema hiyo lazima ikome. These are business people. We want to organize them so that they can do their business. Statistics inatuonyesha ya kwamba bilioni 350 kila mwaka iko katika sekta ya bodaboda. Almost 1 billion shillings every day is contributed by the bodaboda sector in our economy. Karibu ni kama pesa yote sisi tunatoa kama serikali kwa counties. That is what the bodaboda sector contribute, and that is big. Tunaelewana? So mimi nataka tukubaliane na nyinyi, and that is why niliuliza tufanye hii mkutano, kwa sababu mimi nataka nyinyi na wale wengine wote ambao wako katika hii sekta, nataka tukubaliane vile tutafanya hii biashara muhimu ya bodaboda, tuondoe maafa, tuondoe. Si ni kweli hapo? Tatizo kubwa ni kwamba watu wanaendesha pikipiki ya bodaboda hawajafanyiwa training na hawana leseni, ndio tunapata ajali.
The panel to appoint the Director of Public Prosecutions was officially sworn in today by President William Ruto. The panel of 7 committee members will supervise the appointment of the Director of Public Prosecutions, who will take the post of the former DPP Nurdin Haji, who is now the head of the intelligence department in the country.
This morning to preside over the inauguration of this important selection panel appointed by His Excellency the President for the selection of nominees for appointment as Director of Public Prosecutions. The President, in exercise of powers conferred to him by Section 8(1) of the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions Act 2013, through Gazette Notice Number 8221 of 21st June, independent office such as the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution carries immense powers and responsibilities. Hence, the holder of such an office needs to be selected meticulously. Members of the selection panel, in your search for suitable nominees, the Constitution and the law obligates you to undertake your assignment with dedication, zeal, integrity, and fairness, while observing all applicable legal requirements.
Now, Kakamega County Deputy Governor Ayub Savula has opposed the proposal by some leaders of the Kenya Kwanza coalition to subject cabinet secretaries in the country to scrutiny. While addressing faithfuls at St. Philip Mukomari Catholic Church in Shinyalu constituency, Savula questioned the motive behind the proposal to scrutinize the CSs, stating that it is a way of targeting certain individuals for dismissal by the Kenya Kwanza government Furthermore, Savula argued the Auditor General already has the authority to audit CSs and public funds, dismissing the intention of the leaders to subject CSs to scrutiny.
Wanasiasa, politicians, wakisema tunataka tu audit wafanyikazi wa serikali, ati PS, waziri, ati if they are not performing, wanataka ku audit, wafutwe kazi. Si nataka kusema national government, hawa wamama na hawa wazee si wajinga. Kuna systems za national government zile zina audit wafanyikazi wa serikali. Kuna office ya control of budget, inaangalia budget, pesa imekuwa budgeted for pesa ngapi ya kufanya mradi gani. Kuna ofisi ya ethics and anti-corruption, ichunguze huyo PS ama huyo waziri, kama ameiba pesa ashikwe, apelekwe kotini, na kuna judiciary itapreside over hiyo case. Kama ameiba fungu. Kuna ofisi ya Auditor General, Constitutional Office, ziangalie hii pesa imetumika vizuri. Nyinyi wanasiasa wa UDA, pana mkatoa siku nasema tunataka kuaudit huyu tufute, tunataka kuaudit huyu tufute. Najua hii ni witch hunt. Mnataka kufuta watu wetu kwenye ofisi serikali.
Shida iko chini sana. Tukiongeza ushuru saa hii, watu wetu hawawezi. Ama mnaweza? Hamwezi. Kwa maana vile unaona bei ya mafuta ikienda juu, kila kitu itaenda juu. Hata boda watalipa bei kali kununua mafuta. Si fare itaenda juu. Nani anaumia? Si ni mwananchi? Ndio mimi nilisema hata kama ilianguka, ianguke na kura yangu. Na nikasema nisimame na nyinyi. Kwa maana nilitembea kutoka Butere, Likuyani, Lugari na kila mahali, na wakaniambia nipige.
The Deputy Chief of Eshitsiswi sub-ward in the Butere constituency has led the locals to repair a bridge that was broken and became a danger to the lives of students and locals. The Deputy Chief has said that the Mungore Bridge connects the village of Bukafi and Bushirandu and has been a nuisance to the locals for a long time, as students and residents who use it go through a difficult time and some fall into the bridge and get injured. Residents say that the bridge was built in 2014 and for 4 years now, they have been struggling after the bridge collapsed. Their efforts to reach the local elected officials have been futile.
Imechukua muda mrefu sana, na kila wakati tunapata ujumbe kwamba mtoto wa shule ameanguka kwa maji, mzee ameanguka kwa maji. Sasa leo tuliamua tufike hapa na tufanye jambo kidogo ya kuhakikisha kwamba hii barabara ama hii daraja inaweza pitika. Wito kwa viongozi wetu hasa ambao wamechaguliwa, wakati tunapata ripoti kwamba tuko na shida kama hii, daraja kama hii inasumbua, sababu haijasumbua mwaka moja, ilianza kusumbua miaka 4 imepita, na tumekuwa tukiwapea ripoti kuhusu hii daraja. Wito wangu kwao ni kwamba ukweli tusikwe tunangoja jambo linafanyika mbaya, hasa mtu amekufa ndio tutapata kwamba wanasiasa watakuwa hapa wakileta sadaka. Ni vizuri tukue tunachukua jukumu mapema ili tuweze kusaidia watu kabla wapate shida, kwa sababu hii daraja imechukua muda mrefu sana, na kila wakati tunapata ujumbe kwamba mtoto wa shule ameanguka kwa maji, mzee ameanguka kwa maji. Sasa leo tuliamua tufike hapa na tufanye jambo kidogo ya kuhakikisha kwamba hii barabara ama hii daraja inaweza pitika. Tumepata wakati mgumu sana, wanafunzi wetu wamepata kuumia, wakipata majeraha kwa sababu hii daraja ilitengenezwa muda wa kitambo 2014.
Ni watu wanga wanaanguka ndani, wanaenda hospitali kutibiwa, hata watoto walianguka ndani tukawatoa. Sasa tuko na matatizo sana kwa hii daraja. Watoto huwa wanapita hapa wakienda Msere kusoma, tuna shule huku ngambo na huku ngambo tuna shule. Sasa ni daraja ambayo inapitisha watoto wengi.
Hii daraja watoto wameteseka hapa sana. Kama sisi watu wa karibu sana tumeona shida, kwa sababu watoto kuanguka hapa imekuwa rahisi sana. Wamama wakongwe kupita hapa imekuwa balaa. Hata asubuhi ya leo tuko na mtoto amepatikana ameanguka kwa hii maji asubuhi, kutolewa amepata ameumia. Kwa hiyo naomba ya kwamba hisani wote ambao wanatupata, Governor, Senator, Mama County, hii barabara, hii daraja yote mtusaidie ikaweze kujengwa kwa sababu ya watoto wetu kusoma. Wakati mtu akona shida kama hii, jaribu kumsaidia kabla akufe. Wakati utasikia kwa mtu amekufia hapa ndani ndio utaleta mchango zao. Hata kwanza mkusaidia sisi, tuangalie unyangalie haya hawa tuwasaidie.
Hii kazi tunafanya ni ya muda mfupi, hata hatujui kama itamaliza hata wiki moja. Sababu hata mbao zenyewe zimeoza, miti yenyewe, hata kupata vile vitu tunatumia imekuwa ni shida. Tunajaribu kuuliza wale wanaweza, haswa serikali itusaidie. Tuna machungu, hakika tuna machungu, watoto wetu wanaweza kufia.
Well, at that point, we do take a quick break, but stay with us. After the break, we'll be back with much more, including some good news, perhaps, from the Cabinet Secretary for Interior, Professor Kithure Kindiki. Stay with us.
From Nairobi, Kenya, this is EBN TV.
Faith for today is a show to just look at what is going on in your life and what needs the intervention of God in your life.
Faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the proof of things we do not see.
We are here for you. We are not here only for ourselves.
We are live every Tuesday and Thursday from 9 a.m. We boost your faith.
It is time to revive your faith.
Faith is for now, faith is for today. God has given us the breath of life.
Your Faith Today, live with Reverend Felix Kavoi.
Before Christ went, he told us, go out into the world, preach this gospel, and make disciples, because it is the heartbeat of God. And that's what EBN is all about. Hi, my name is Fred Njiri. Now, some of you may be wondering now, who in the world is this? While others may be saying, I've seen that guy before. True. I've been on your screens for the last almost 25 years. Well, there's more to life than just, work and stuff. And now I'm with Ecclesia Broadcasting Network. And one of the things that we are doing is ensuring that the message of the kingdom goes out, because that's the greatest commission that we've been given. Before Christ went, he told us, go out into the world, preach this gospel, and make disciples, because it is the heartbeat of God. And that's what EBN is all about. We want to make sure that as many people as possible can hear this gospel before Jesus comes. This gospel is so close to my heart because I know how important it is to live this world knowing Christ. I've lost 3 relatives. My sister, my kid's sister, was the first to go a long time ago. Then shortly afterwards, my brother, my older brother, also passed on. And I remember how the first death impacted our family. I mean, it was crazy. My dad basically never even recovered from the death of my sister. It was a long time ago. And then my brother, and then towards the end of last year, actually late last year on the 27th of December, I also lost my dad. It's not a gloom and doom story, because all of them, before they left this world, they came to the knowledge of our Lord Jesus Christ. And so there is that assurance deep within my heart that when I also leave this world, I will find them with Jesus, because they made that important decision. The reason why we are preaching this gospel at EBN and the kind of message we are giving out, we want to make sure that as many people as possible hear this message before they go out. And that's why it's so important that we keep on giving this message every opportunity we get. We partner with different people who are giving this message of the kingdom to this world so that we can get people ready for Jesus Christ. And I am so grateful to our EBN partners who've been giving on a monthly basis, whatever monies they have, so that this gospel can reach as many people as possible and we can get them ready for the Lord. Thank you very much for making this possible. And you know what? We're still looking for more EBN partners. And if you'd like to be one of those, let's partner together and help save as many people as possible by giving them the message of our Lord Jesus Christ. You ask me, how do I do that? Well, we have a number where you have been sending on 0794 195 392. Send anything that God will move in your heart. You never know. The person who may be saved may just be your brother, or your sister for that matter, or even yourself. God bless you.
Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. The government has declared Wednesday, June 28th, a public holiday to mark Eid-ul-Adha. Interior Cabinet Secretary Professor Kithure Kindiki made the announcement on Monday in a Gazette notice dated June 26th. Now, Eid-ul-Adha is used to mark the culmination of the annual pilgrimage to Mecca, the holiest city for Muslims. The Mecca pilgrimage is a mandatory religious duty for the religion's faithful and must be carried out at least once in one's lifetime by all adult Muslims capable, physically or financially, of undertaking the journey. On the occasion of International Day Against Drug Abuse, Mombasa came to a standstill as the county governor Abdul Swamad Sharif Nasir led thousands of residents in an unprecedented grand march from the historic Mapembeni Tasks to Treasury Square. For many decades, the county has struggled under the burden of illicit drugs, with an increasing number of young people reportedly dropping out of school and battling with addiction. Mombasa residents turned out in great numbers in a unique show of community resolve as a tough-talking governor put those involved in the criminal enterprise on notice that their days are numbered.
Muda mrefu mno, vita dhidi ya madawa ya kulevya vimetumika kisiasa. Kwa muda mrefu akili na nyoyo za binadamu walioko Mombasa zimeweza kutumiwa na si wengine bali sisi ambao tunajiita ni wanasiasa, na si wengine bali sisi ambao tumeweza kupatiwa mamlaka na wakaazi wa Mombasa. It is time for us to stop political mind games at the expense of the lives of the people of Mombasa.
Uhusiano wa karibu katika masuala ya madawa ya kulevya na uhalifu. Kuna uhusiano wa karibu kati ya madawa ya kulevya na uhalifu. Tuangalie sehemu ya Kisauni. Sehemu ya Kisauni pakubwa tuna makundi mengi ya vijana ambao wanajihusisha na uhalifu. Na ni sehemu hii pia ambapo tuna vijana wengi sana ambao wanajihusisha na madawa ya kulevya.
tunajua watu wanaathirika hapa, mama zetu, ndugu zetu, na haya mambo ya madawa ya kulevya. Serikali iko hapa. Hili jambo la drugs, Your Excellency the Governor, kwa muda mrefu sana serikali imeweza kuweka hili jambo, kutumia ni kama platform ya kutukana viongozi. Tumeona kuna yule mheshimiwa mmoja ambayo wa Kenya Kwanza leo sijamwona hapa, manake yeye ndio sana anapenda kutukana. Akipata platform anazungumza mambo ya drugs, mambo ya nini, na nastaajabu sana leo sikumwona.
Now, in the world of sports, Cabinet Secretary for Information, Communication and the Digital Economy, Eliud Owalo, on Monday awarded Gor Mahia 3 million Kenyan shillings for winning the 2022-2023 Kenyan Premier League title, or rather Football Kenya Federation Premier League title. Speaking at a city hotel when he hosted the champions to a luncheon, the CS challenged the club to work hard and have a clear focus of doing well in the CAF Champions League, as well as challenging the club's leadership to put in place structures to enable the team realize the much needed growth.
From the bottom of my heart, the fans, we owe all of you a great debt of gratitude as a Gor Mahia family, or by extension community, Gor Mahia community for that matter. Let me also reiterate that this feat has been achieved through a collective effort. We cannot attribute this win to any single individual. So to all of us, I think we need to congratulate ourselves that we have done the Gor Mahia family proud by delivering the trophy as was envisaged or as was anticipated. But this again comes with challenges, because now you are preparing for the CAF Champions League. I would urge you to start early preparations, take a short break, then embark on early preparations. I want to appeal to these players to stay with Gor Mahia as we move to the new season, because you are a good team. If you stick together longer, we can actually end up with a very, very formidable Gor Mahia team that will perhaps repeat the fate that was achieved by the 1987 team. That was, whenever you run a league, then you will end up with certain gaps here and there. So just to caution them a bit, a little resources to support in some of the areas, intermediate interventions they want to sort out. I also have 1 million shillings for them.
Well, for EBN Prime Edition, it is a wrap, about 34 minutes past the hour mark. I hope that you're up to date with the latest on what is making headlines across the country. Quite an interesting, session at the Senate this evening or this afternoon, following that hearing of the impeachment of Deputy Governor William Oduol. He survives. If he would have been impeached, he would have made history as the first deputy governor to be impeached. But history will not be made as he remains in office. So we'll be keeping tabs to see what happens next. How will the relationship be between himself and the governor, James Orengo? Now tomorrow, Tuesday 27th, Azimio will be headed to Kamukunji grounds from 1 p.m. in the afternoon. Stay tuned to EBN TV for that wall-to-wall coverage. We will be with them all the way throughout Kamukunji. What they will say, what they will do, we will have the information on that. But that's it for tonight. I'm Cynthia Nanjala. Do enjoy the rest of your programming. Have a fantastic evening.